So, unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard that Apple removed the headphone jack from the iPhone 7. Now, a lot of people have been freaking out about this, but today we're going to discuss why it might be a good idea. Now, if you're every angry tech person on the internet ever, then you've probably read a lot of articles that confirm your beliefs that Apple has somehow lost their mind, that they're hungry for money and they don't care about their consumers anymore. But is that necessarily the case? Because removing the headphone jack isn't an entirely unprecedented move. It has happened on some other smartphones, although none as big as the iPhone 7. Now, while it is true that you will face annoyance, i.e. having to get new headphone devices or use an adapter, not being able to charge your phone and listen to music at the same time, you may be missing the point, which is, by removing the headphone jack, Apple is actually stimulating the market and kind of forcing everyone to move forward. Now, as they said in the keynote, the headphone jack is over 100 years old. So after that kind of time, maybe it's time to move forward, and I think that's what Apple is trying to promote. So, by removing the headphone jack, the 60 million or so people that buy the iPhone 7 on the first weekend, combined with however many people, how many millions and millions of people buy it over its lifetime, suddenly you've got a whole humongous market of people that are looking for headphone audio devices that don't use a headphone jack. Now, in the current market, there isn't really much demand for stuff like that. I mean, you don't really see wireless Bluetooth headphones and earbuds as a huge big ticket item in today's marketplace. But by removing a headphone jack, you're kind of forcing people to move on with technology. It's the same trick Apple pulled in the 90s when they removed the floppy disk drive. And again, when they removed the CD drive. It kind of forces people to move on and kind of change the technology to something more efficient and less cumbersome. Now, in the here and now, removing the headphone jack could have some very distinct benefits. For one is obviously the extra space in the iPhone. So in a device as small as the iPhone, with as much power and capability as the iPhone, having a fairly outdated piece of technology taking up a good portion of the phone isn't something that Apple would want to continue very long. Not to mention that by removing it, you allow it to have better speakers, better microphone, better battery, better power. You actually get a lot of benefits in the phone itself. Now, reason 2 is wires. Wires suck. They're really annoying. That's why we want wireless charging. We want wireless internet, wireless audio in our cars and in our homes with Sonos and Bluetooth speakers. We hate wires. They suck. So, Bluetooth earbuds and headphones are a logical step forward in a more and more wireless world. Headphone wires get in the way. They're always tangled. Think of how many products there are on Amazon, or how many WikiHow links there are on keeping your earbuds from tangling. They're just a mess. They always get in the way, and when you have them on, you look ridiculous with your headphones, and then you've got wires crossing your torso into your pocket. They're cumbersome. They get trapped on things. You're running and they're flying around and your earbuds are falling out. They're just annoying. So by motivating the market to move away from that, Apple has caused some uproar and some inconvenience in the here and now, but I think in the future, when we're all running around with our cheap, affordable wireless headphones because suddenly there's a market for them, we'll be like, maybe it was a good idea. I certainly don't look back and say, you know what, I wish Apple kept the floppy disk drive. I miss all my floppy disks. That's not a thing that people really say anymore, so I think that's going to be the same with the CD drive, and now the same with the headphone jack. So in summation, by removing the headphone jack, in addition to the extra power and speed that we can get inside the iPhone, Apple has created a new market for affordable and functional wireless Bluetooth earbuds and headphones. And it is something that I think in the long run will prove beneficial because we won't have wires coming from our headphones to our pockets, and I think that'll be a good thing. So thanks guys for watching this video. As usual, make sure to follow me on Twitter at LukeMiani. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like down below if you want to support my content, and make sure to check back next week for another video.